having some streaming difficulties on our show that's all about streaming. How apropos. Guys, we are coming to you live from Newegg Studios in Southern California. This is Newegg Now. I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Juan Carlos Bagnell. Got to thank all the folks, especially in the YouTube chat, who are having a lot of fun at our expense.
I was having fun with the folks in the YouTube chat.
I was in there too. It was a good time. So we're here every Thursday, roughly around 10 a.m. Pacific time, to talk to all of you about hardware, gaming, and limited time deals so good they only last through the end of the day or while supplies last. Watch along on Newegg.com/Newegg Now, because that's where all the promo codes are that you'll need to save on exactly what you need to upgrade your life, whether you're a gamer, streamer, or just someone who needs a cool new chair.
And as this is a live show, remember that we have folks watching chat on YouTube and Facebook, wherever you might be watching us. Share your comments, questions, suggestions. Maybe let us know which of today's deals you're going to buy, and we might shout you out during the show.
On today's show, we're going to be talking about the basics of game streaming, and we'll have some fantastic deals to go along with that. Then Trisha is going to tell us all about her recent trip to Survios HQ, go hands-on with their new VR music creation game, and finally, we're going to spend some quality time with the hotly anticipated yelling at your friends simulator, Overcooked 2.
I love that game. I'm so excited.
So much fun.
So before we go any further, we should kick things off with a quick look at a few of those deals on that Newegg Now page, starting with a couple of gaming laptops from ASUS. The ASUS TUF laptop comes with an Intel Core i5-8300H processor, a GeForce GTX 1050 GPU, and a durable design that protects the valuable inner workings of your laptop from dust and debris. The TUF keyboard is rated for 20 million key presses, and that's double the normal industry standard, and includes dual fans with anti-dust technology to keep your system in peak condition as long as possible. You can save $50 off the normal price for the TUF laptop when you use the promo code on that Newegg Now page.
I was going to make a MacBook joke in there, but I feel we've probably moved on. So, and if you're looking for a gaming laptop, but you're more interested in the AMD side of things, ASUS also has you covered there too, with the ROG Strix GL702ZC. Now, this was the world's first gaming laptop sporting the AMD Ryzen 7 processor when it first released earlier this year. Has the 8-core Ryzen 7 1700 to be exact, and it combines that with the Radeon RX 580 GPU. So this is a laptop that's ready for gaming, VR, and multimedia heavy workloads. Hit up Newegg.com/Newegg Now for the promo code you need to save $200 off the normal price and get the Strix GL702ZC for just $1,299.
Now, there are deals up and down that page that you're going to want to check out. So keep us open in a tab while you shop, and remember to sound off in the chat on YouTube or Facebook to let us know what you're picking up. Now, moving right along, there was big news in the world of game streaming this week as Logitech announced their acquisition of Blue microphones. Logitech is, of course, best known for their mice, both of the gaming and office variety, but they also make great gaming keyboards, speakers, and webcams, which we'll talk about in just a few minutes.
Yeah, so it was just about a year ago that Logitech purchased Astro Gaming. They make some of the most popular console gaming headsets on the market. And now they own Blue, the company behind the Yeti. There's a Yeti sort of hiding behind Trisha's laptop right there. The Snowball microphones are super popular with streamers and podcasters, YouTube content creators. I had a love affair with Blue's original studio mics back in the day because they made some really awesome, just like high-end studio recording equipment too.
Nice.
So these microphones combined with Logitech's webcams, mice, keyboards, and headsets means that Logitech now has a huge portion of the entry-level streaming market covered. Entry, and I would say entry to mid-range.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the overall capabilities. It's a really interesting move from a company that many still only know for their mice and keyboards.
And game streaming is a very, very big business these days,
definitely.
and shows absolutely no signs of going anywhere. I mean, with the massive popularity of games like Fortnite and the big money swirling around the world of esports, it seems like just about everyone is jumping on board the streaming bandwagon.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. As games become more popular, there's more of a market for watching personalities play games. It's this social online community that you can build around those types of activities. And Trish, because you stream gaming more than I do. I'm more of the live streaming podcast. I'm on Twitch IRL, not necessarily Twitch gaming.
It's totally fine.
What would you say are like the main reasons it's become more and more popular, and like how has that experience for you changed over like the last couple years?
Oh wow, that's a really good question. It has changed quite a bit over the last few years. So I have probably been streaming for 3 to 4 years now on Twitch, streaming video games, like live streaming as opposed to pre-recorded gaming content. And I think a big draw of it from a content creator's perspective is that there's no post-production.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
kind of a big
just
deal.
get to do the fun part.
Yeah.
There is more pre-production.
Yeah.
But once you've got that work done, you can really just enjoy the game, enjoy interacting live with your community, which is amazing. Here, you want me to take that back? I'll take that back.
We got a note.
No problem. And I feel like also as a streamer, there's better monetization on live content, both on YouTube, some of the things incorporated earlier on in Twitch as far as the subscriber model, the community being used to the donations model, and being able to set up your stream any way that you want. So it makes for a better return on investment for the time that you put into your content. And then I think as a viewer, it's just more fun to interact with the people that you're watching live in person. Yeah. I have a lot of personalities that I watch on Twitch that I feel like they probably know my username just from me being in chat so often, which is really, really cool. Also, I feel like a lot of people in general originally gravitated towards streaming to maybe see games that they aren't going to have a chance to get, whether it's because it's a console exclusive of a console they don't have, or just for money purposes. There's so many good games that are coming out right now that there's no possible way someone could afford the money and time to play them all. So it's a good way to get a little bite of everything.
I come out of that old school mentality of like gadget reviews, where like way back in the day when smartphones were becoming fresh, people would look to these reviews to help make purchasing decisions. Do you think game streamers have that kind of influence? Like if some popular streamers are like the audience is following a streamer because they know they're going to get that streamer's opinion on a game, they may or may not purchase based on that streamer's opinion.
100% yes. 100% yes. I think people also follow streamers who play certain types of games.
Yeah.
Like one of the things I really like to do is highlight indie games and indie developers that may not have that big AAA spotlight and otherwise might not be on people's radar. But if they follow me and they know the types of games that I normally enjoy, they figure, oh, I will probably like this if this is a game that Trisha likes. So it's kind of less of the review mentality, I would say, for most people. Yeah. There are still traditional reviewers out there that will stream a game to give live review commentary on it. But I think more streamers nowadays are skewing towards, I'm only going to play the games that I like because there's so many out there. I'm just going to spend my time playing games that I like, and then leaving the viewers to make the decision for themselves of if they think they will like that game based on watching that content, which is really cool.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to cover the basics of how to get into streaming, and then we're going to dive into some of the more controversial or some of the topics that people have been already asking us questions about. So let's start at the beginning, because I think this is something that leads us in from what you were discussing already. What do you want to stream?
Well, that's the most important question, because it's going to be a different process depending on whether you're streaming from your Switch or your PC, though the fundamentals are mostly the same. So if you're streaming directly from your PC, that's probably the easiest because all of the hardware is built into the machine that you're using. If you want to just jump right in, it's as simple as creating a Twitch account, downloading a free streaming software like OBS, doing some maybe lighting configuration, and then you'll be up and running. It's pretty simple.
And so, of course, I mean, you need a computer in order to stream from your PC, and you'll want to make sure you have the hardware you need to run the game properly and also allow you to stream. So this can be demanding on your RAM, CPU, and GPU. So, I mean, that seems to me like you'd want to kind of bulk up the investment at the start to have a machine that's going to handle that kind of multitasking.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're primarily a PC gamer and you want to run your game and your stream off the same PC, then yes, that's super important. Yeah. So you will want a good graphics card, not just to play the game, but also if you want to offload some of the streaming duties from your CPU to your GPU. And NVIDIA and AMD are both great choices here, as long as you get one with enough power. So on that Newegg.com/Newegg Now page, we've got a great deal on a GTX 1080 from Gigabyte. This is their mini card, so it's only teeny. 17 centimeters long while still packing the full power of a 1080 GPU. Yeah. The smaller size makes it easier to install and gives you more room to work with inside your PC, and it's the perfect GPU to kick off your streaming setup.
Especially when you want to build that small form factor PC, which we've focused on a number of weeks here. So if you want to stream from a console, it's sometimes a little more complicated than going just straight out of your PC, though you can stream straight to Twitch from your PS4 and Xbox One.
You can.
So that's pretty convenient. But many people prefer using external hardware, capture devices from aVerMedia or Elgato. This allows a great deal more flexibility and customization. And also, I think it gives you better tools to save a higher quality video gameplay if you're wanting to go back and maybe edit some scenes or some individual moments.
Yeah, to put up some pre-recorded content elsewhere.
I'm just gonna grab them. I'll let you hand model.
Oh, beautiful.
There's something there that from
So nice.
aVerMedia.
Okay.
This is one of the boxes. So essentially, just an HDMI box allows you to either save your footage onto a media device like an SD card, or you can connect it to your computer, stream that way. Usually come with their own streaming software, which means setup is fairly straightforward. You set it up, you plug the HDMI from your console into the box, run the other out to your display, and the hardware and software will pretty much do the rest.
Yeah. These devices from Elgato and aVerMedia are great options if you want to stream something like your Switch that doesn't yet have built-in streaming capabilities, or if you want to stream older HDMI-only consoles like the Xbox 360 or the SNES Mini. You can basically stream from anything that has an HDMI output using a device like this.
Yeah, I've actually, to stray off script for just a second, the few of the streams that I've done on mobile games have been through an HDMI adapter into a USB-C port on a phone.
Smart.
And it is, I think it's a nicer look than what YouTube or what Google gives you for their Google Play streaming, where it's kind of a low bitrate 720p.
With that. Ooh.
And I can do now like a full 1080p screen capture of a phone screen of what the phone's actually doing, and I think it looks a little nicer going that way.
Yeah, you have a little more control and customization that way.
I like it. So if you're interested in getting started with game streaming, listen up, because we have some great deals on a couple of super popular external streaming products as part of Newegg Now, including the aVerMedia Live Gamer 4K capture card, which we have right here, and the aVerMedia Live Gamer Ultra GC553, both discounted on that Newegg Now page, but also with some free USB microphones as gifts with your purchase.
Heyo!
Right, free mic, go right along with your streaming setup. It's good times. Perfect time to pick up one of these and get serious about your stream.
So that covers the basics of a streaming setup, but once you get set up, once you've set up the hardware and start playing, that's where the real fun begins. There are a lot of options that work towards making your stream exactly what you want it to be. So let's make this clear. There's no one right way to stream. That's part of what makes streaming so cool, is that everybody can do it in their own unique way. It completely depends on what sort of stream you want to do. If you feel comfortable streaming straight from your PS4 to Twitch without a camera or mic, then do that. If you want an elaborate setup with cameras, streaming decks, mics, fancy notifications, you do you. As long as you're happy with the result, then that's all that matters.
All that matters. But regardless of what or how you're streaming, you're probably going to want a good camera, assuming you want picture-in-picture.
Okay.
A solid camera is an important investment.
Yeah.
So what is your thought on the different styles of game streaming when you've got some channels that feature almost exclusively maybe some kind of audio commentary, but it's all game screen all the time, versus people who do, because you do a picture-in-picture.
I do a picture-in-picture because a lot of times I am doing blind playthroughs of stuff, and I think getting the facial reactions to the first-time experiences is really important. But that's the kind of content that I make. I feel like, some people are not comfortable having their image on camera because they just don't want to be out there on the internet in that way, which is totally fine. I also feel like sometimes if the type of content you're making is tutorial content, then you might be better served not to cover up any portion of the screen and maybe use something like, we're going to get really crazy here, the Tobii eye tracking technology to show people, like say you're a pro gamer and you play League of Legends, to show people exactly where you're looking at any given time, because the purpose of your content and your streams is instructional and people are watching to learn off you. So again, it just depends on what type of streaming content you want to make. But I do think a lot of people lean towards having a picture-in-picture and having a webcam for that hosted, more entertainment style stream. So webcams have come a long way in the last few years and include technology that can automatically remove your background and really put you into the game. They can autofocus, adjust the lighting on their own. There's all sorts of fun features that you wouldn't have found in webcams even a few years ago.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily need any of this. A 720p stream will definitely be fine, assuming you're entertaining enough. But having those options can bring some versatility to your stream and maybe help set you apart with a more professional look.
Just don't be boring, and then you can stream in like 640.
That is not what I meant.
That's great.
What do you? So you do streaming reviews and streaming commentary on tech stuff.
Yeah.
What do you look for in a camera for streaming content creation?
So I've been bouncing around a lot. So the more I stray from like my actual, because I for my main podcast stream, I'm now using a mirrorless camera, an HDMI out feed into one of these HDMI capture cards, and then using that for the main background because I like that sort of slightly more polished look, even though my rambling is, you know, not as well edited.
Well, and you're
as when
not
I put
normally
together a
doing
video.
picture-in-picture, so your webcam
Not
is
very
normally your
often.
full screen.
Yeah.
So they're.
And so then when I go to gaming,
Yeah.
and like I'm kind of fine with even like the webcam on my laptop if I want to do a game stream from that, because I'm going to be this big
Right.
up in the corner of the screen, so it's okay. You can still catch my reactions, but it's not. I'm not the main focus, and I'm really trying
Right.
not to be the main focus of the visual part of that. So
Right.
I've started,
I use an old school webcam.
Yeah. No, well, and especially because for your desktop setup, I don't know. Have you ever played with monitors that have built-in webcams? I kind of feel like that's a TV VCR combo.
No, I do have a webcam that I purchased, but it's like an entry-level 1080p webcam that I got a few years ago, and it gets the job done. I mean, maybe at some point I would upgrade to a really nice camera setup for it, but again, my PIP is super small, so I'm not the main focus with the exception of maybe an intro and outro to the stream. But I have worked at studios that have big professional cameras hooked into their PCs, like here, for a much more polished look. And so again, it just all depends on what you're looking for. So as we were discussing earlier, Logitech makes some of the most popular streaming webcams around. Not hashtag ad, not hashtag sponsored. The one I use at home is a Logitech camera. So they do make some of the most popular ones like this one that Juan's got right here, the C922X Pro. You can typically find this on Newegg for about $90, and you can see that it's built to go right on top of your monitor. It's got that background filtering feature that we mentioned, and it's designed specifically with streaming in mind.
Yeah, and before I switched over to my mirrorless for doing my live streams, I was using, I think it was the C930. Was that one of the ones? Yeah, but I was using a Logitech too.
I think the previous version of this was the 920, if I remember correctly.
I forget which one I had.
Yeah, I think
But it was a Logitech.
I honestly think I still stream with a 920, so maybe this is an upgrade I should make
It's
for me.
It's two better.
Well, the background filtering is something mine doesn't have, so that
could
would
be
nice
fun to play with,
have,
yeah,
as opposed
definitely.
to setting up an entire green screen.
You just don't want a
lighting
chroma key
setup
all the
and-
time. So on that Newegg Now deals page, you'll find a special price on something even more affordable and a bit more versatile. So the Logitech C615, the C615 webcam can record 1080p video or broadcast in 720p. It has premium autofocus and a built-in microphone that can filter out background noise. Automatic light correction, plus it features a foldable, portable design and full 360-degree swivel. So that is one of the nice things I like about dedicated webcams as opposed to like laptop webcams is the angle.
Oh yeah.
Just times like I've had to like stack laptops on books to get a decent angle, whereas like a standalone webcam is a lot easier to position.
Much easier.
So much easier. So you have a ton of flexibility for trying out different things on your stream. The Logitech C615 is only $29.99 on that Newegg Now deals page today.
That's a good deal. So next up, let's talk about microphones. And here I always defer to Juan's expertise, even when we're talking about for streaming, because your ear palette, if you will, is much more refined than mine.
Right.
So, you know, people talk about how much money and time and energy should you put into your microphone for streaming. I mean, we were asked, do you need a dedicated external mic versus a headset mic? Can you get away with just a headset mic? And I say
I totally say yes.
Okay.
No,
I'm like, maybe it's just because I have like a low.
No, it's not that. It's so we get into these kinds of things. It's just like cameras too.
Yeah.
There are a lot of parallels we can draw between cameras and microphones. The quality. Well, yeah, it would be nice if we could all walk around with like $50,000 Hasselblad cameras. The quality would be great.
Yeah.
But we want to have that, maximizing the bang for buck, and also the right tool for the right job. Just like with cameras, there are different microphones to achieve different kinds of working conditions.
Right.
Or to fulfill different kinds of working conditions. So I like to use, I'm in a really noisy area. For a quiet neighborhood in Southern California, there's constantly like construction going on, kids playing, trucks rumbling right outside my window. So I actually don't use the nicest studio grade microphone because it's going to pick up all of that.
Right.
There's
Which
not
makes
a
sense.
whole lot I could do outside of ripping open all the walls and putting in new insulation and sound filtering and floating the floor and dropping the ceiling. All things that totally are easy to do in Southern California.
Super easy to do, yeah.
So the headset mic I think is a wonderful solution if you have some of those same concerns. I need to be louder than some of the distracting elements in my environment. So I think it's absolutely a legitimate way to achieve that stream. When you start talking to people who have nicer large diaphragm condensers, they've probably invested a little bit more in treating their space, minimizing reflections. Maybe they have a really quiet area of their house that they can stream from so they don't have to worry about sound leaking in. It's never, I have a nice mic.
Yeah.
Just like you would never say, I have a nice camera. Well, what camera you have? A GoPro. Well, that's a really nice camera.
Yeah, right.
For action.
For specific things.
Exactly. And so you want to look at mics exactly the same way.
Yeah, I have a dedicated external mic, and sometimes I prefer to use my headset mic.
Absolutely.
Because my dedicated external sits on my desk, and sometimes I'm a little bit too far from it that it doesn't sound as nice as my headset mic, which is right here at my mouth. So, I mean, should I have a boom arm and everything like that, then that might make that better, probably, definitely. But is that necessarily the look I want for my stream?
Right.
I don't know. So there's a lot of things to consider.
The boom arm is definitely one to consider because it's going to cut into your frame.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mind my show looking a little old school radio.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. And in fact, I like kind of showing people how the sausage is made, right? This is literally how I'm getting the sound. It's on camera right there. But if you have something like a little desktop mic, like you were saying, that might be a little too far away from you. Maybe you can cheat it on an arm that just sits right here, and maybe it's just out of frame or something like that. It gives you more flexibility. And also, the one thing you do want to be careful with these little desktop stands is if there's any movement. Microphones are designed to pick up vibrations.
Well,
so
I'm a keyboard mouse gamer, so I can't have my mic right here in front of me. It has to be off to the side, which then the direction's off, and it's hearing clackety clack. There's a lot
tricky
to consider.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Blue microphones earlier and how Logitech just purchased that company, and surprise, surprise, you can get 2 of the most popular streaming microphones for special prices as part of Newegg Now today. So first, the one that we were just playing with, the Raspberry. This offers 24-bit studio quality sound on your PC. It's super small and super portable, especially considering the audio results that you're going to get from it. It comes with a collapsible stand, a suede carrying pouch, and USB and lightning cables so that you can even hook it up to your phone.
Really nice.
Right? So through Newegg Now today, you can save $24 on the Raspberry and get a $20 Newegg gift card that you can use later.
And also from Blue, we have the Yeti Blackout Edition. We were also playing, like anytime we have props, we're going to play with them.
Yeah.
On the show. So the Yeti is super popular with streamers, podcasters. It's still one of the most versatile and powerful microphones that you can pick up in that sort of entry to mid-level territory. Again, I have to be careful because I don't think it's exorbitant to spend like $3,000 on a really nice studio mic. So I always have to reset and go, wait, no, that's not what you're trying to do here when you're game streaming.
Got it.
Don't do that. So this has a tri-capsule array and multiple pattern selector. And this is another thing when people have questions about, should I get a nice mic?
Tell us, Juan.
The nice thing about having, we call those polar patterns. And so on the back of the mic, you can change the recording shape of the microphone. And so you can have it pointing just towards you. Never point the Yeti this way.
Nope.
That's always wrong. That's totally, this is wrong.
That's never the right way to do it.
Like this makes angels cry. You point it this way. It's a side address microphone, so you can set the Yeti to record just at the person. You can flip it so that the sides are dead, but the front and back are live. Or
like
you
an
can,
interview.
For like a one-on-one, we could kind of set it up this way. Also really good for backup singers. I don't know. Sorry, it's a joke. It's not a very good one.
Okay.
And then you can also set it to omnidirectional, so it's going to pick up everything in its environment. And I've actually done a few group, like kind of tabletop gaming style podcasts.
Nice.
Talking about campaigns with one mic, and they just kind of hung it over the table, set it to Omni, and then it got everything around the table. So that's again, you're making some choices here. Would I say that the Yeti is maybe the highest quality audio capture? No.
Okay.
But it is still an immensely flexible piece of equipment. So if you think that you might have need for some of these different kinds of applications, that's where that kind of stuff really comes in handy.
Totally. All right, so
push this back over here. So on that Newegg, on Newegg.com/Newegg Now, you can save $30 off the normal price of the Yeti Blackout Edition, which we're putting away right now because it keeps blocking us on the camera. Get it for just $99, which is pretty good. That's
really good.
That's pretty great. So remember, that's only through the end of the day and while supplies last.
And there's tons of other great deals on there for streamers, including the super exciting and super popular Elgato Stream Deck for $20 off the normal price. Now, this is basically a keypad that streamers use to control their stream and interact with the chat. You can trigger different overlays, set up sounds or animations to play, and a whole bunch more. This is a really, really cool piece of equipment.
I'm going to try and get it to boot up there. Also, a couple of full systems. So we were talking about like having a gaming PC. If you're wanting to just start streaming right out of the box, we've got systems from ABS and Corsair. You'd obviously need a good monitor for your own viewing.
Of course.
So we've got some monitors from Scepter, an ultra wide from LG, which would be really nice for keeping your game stream and your control window on the same kind of desktop. That'd look really cool.
That would be nice.
And if you're looking for and several different options if you're looking for gaming chairs, because I mean, if you're gonna be a cool streamer guy, you need a fast looking racing chair.
Of course.
Right?
It helps.
So yeah.
All right, let's see if there's any viewer comments coming in from the chats on Facebook and YouTube. What do we got?
So first up from YouTube, Brian Harris asks, how important is the environment when you stream as far as echo and soundproofing, or does the microphone handle all of that?
Depends on the mic.
It depends on the mic. Remember, right tool for the right job. But when you were setting up your new space, when you had just moved into your new house, what did you find when you were moving your gear from one place to the other?
It was completely different. Yeah, so I moved from a studio in an apartment that I was renting, which I had bought all my equipment and adjusted all the settings for that space. When I moved into and bought a house, when I moved into the studio in the house, everything was different. I mean, the sound, it sounded not necessarily on my streams as much as on my pre-recorded content. And it's because I think of exactly what you were talking about. Some of the streaming stuff is not quite as powerful, but it's more versatile. So my streaming hardware seemed to be okay, but my pre-recorded mics were so echoey. It was awful. And I right away hit up Juan, and I was like, Juan, what do I do? My sound is horrible. What am I doing wrong? Because Juan has been my go-to audio guy friend for years now.
Yeah, and again, I just to reiterate that point, there are different microphones for different applications. Yeah. And I really think if you take just a second to kind of plan that out, I think a lot of people rush into getting a really sexy looking mic and then figuring out how to make it sound good in their space. So you can get a nice mic and then have to put more treatments up on the walls or foam or soundproofing or egg crates or all these other things, when you could get a different mic, which maybe is somehow maybe not as exciting, but then is a perfect fit for your space.
Now, when people don't have a friend Juan they can call and say, tell me what kind of mic to get for my issues, how would they tackle something like that, where they're like, here are the issues I'm having, what kind of mic do I need?
The awesome thing about audio is you've got these little pocket communities, which they can be a little gatekeepery when you're trying to, like, if you're doing mostly like a commentary, conversational speech type recording, there's a wealth of voiceover recording communities online that you can glean
That's
some
true.
really great information from.
Yeah.
They'll probably push you more towards like how to get your commercial auditions done. But there's a lot of hardware information that could be really beneficial. And then I always say, like, start with what you have first. Don't rush out to try and buy things. Get a sound for your space off of like the microphone that's built into the headset for your phone. You'll plug that into your laptop and just get a sense of what your voice sounds like through a couple different recording instruments to see, it starts to sound a little better if I can isolate the mic closer here. Maybe I should just go gaming headset. It sounds pretty good if I'm recording off the mics built directly into my laptop. Maybe I could just get a nicer mic that sits further away. You can already use the tools that you probably already have for cheap to then guide you towards a purchasing decision on something nicer when you're ready to make that jump.
Very smart. Thank you for that question. What else we got?
So I've got from Board Amishes. I don't know. I can't see that name. Amishes.
Yeah, let's go with Amishes.
Board Amishes. I don't know how the Amish are using the YouTube, but is an i9 7980XE overkill for streaming or editing? What do you think?
It depends what kind of streaming you're gonna do. I mean, like we were saying, if you're broadcasting your stream and running your game off the same PC, then I tend to be someone that errs on the side of
more
go
power.
big. Yeah, you're gonna need it. You're gonna want it. Also, what kind of games you're playing. If you're constantly streaming like a Stardew Valley, you are probably not going to need that as much as if you were constantly streaming a Witcher 3.
Yeah, and my first knee jerk to that question is if you're talking about editing. So if you're also like cutting video and rendering video, it's expensive, but that's a nice quality of life improvement to minimize the amount of time that your computer chugs when it's trying to render video. Of course, like I think it's less of an issue if you're just cutting up 1080p game footage.
Yeah, and again, even if you're going super hard on your machine, an i7 is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but if you want to future-proof and go for it, then great. If you have those means, do it. I don't currently have those means, but I would love to.
Well, and I'm still like, piecemeal by piecemeal, like I'm probably gonna go Threadripper.
Great.
But I'm also looking at making that jump not only to 4K, but 4K at 60 frame per second video and stuff like that.
And rendering.
The rendering times are what I'm looking at. So we've got 2 more questions here. This is from Ruruto M on YouTube. The content on Twitch can be somewhat shallow. There's only so much you can do with a live show. What are your thoughts on that kind of content diversity? Because I actually thought Twitch was trying to expand on, like, we're not just the game streaming platform.
Well, they have Twitch Creative and Twitch IRL, but my guess would be what you're referring to in this question is more of that a lot of the Twitch streams look and feel the same in what they're broadcasting, even if it's creative versus IRL or whatnot. And I do think that there's a lot of customization options there. I would almost argue that Twitch streams look more diverse than your OG vlogs, if you will.
Yeah.
OG vlogs, people found what worked is, this, just keep it on that. And I think
Just
the same
watch
has
Casey
happened
Neistat.
that people are like, oh man, we love Streamlabs alerts and it's so easy to use. So a lot of people have those similar notifications and the similar look there. But through Streamlabs and now Streamlabs OBS and sites like Nerd or Die that'll help you with graphics, I think there are a lot of things that people can do to jazz up their streams, to make them look a little different, and to try to diversify their content. I think a lot of people are still struggling with how to take a stream on the go. But we've seen some really interesting stuff out of people who specifically stream Pokemon Go and stuff like that. And I think that from a technological standpoint, Twitch letting you stream from mobile, YouTube letting you live stream from mobile are opening those up. So you need a lower tech, it's a less barrier for entry, if you will, for people to jump into really making their streams look unique.
I love that idea of a Pokemon Go stream being the ultimate phone battery killer. It was like trying to stream while
I have
while
seen
hunting.
some amazing setups of people with like portable batteries hooked. It's like 6 different things hooked together to do a Pokemon Go stream. But guys, make sure that you're on Newegg.com/Newegg now to see all the details on today's deals. That's going to do it for our talk about streaming, but stay right where you are because we'll be back in just a minute talking about the latest exciting project from the virtual reality wizards at Survios. Let's check it out. welcome back. Some of our viewers might recall that we've had the VR developers at Survios on our show before. They're one of the more successful VR exclusive studios out there, and what's really impressive about them is their versatility. So they, of course, made Raw Data, which I think we're looking at right now, which had you fighting robots with guns and swords, and was one of the earliest big sales hits in the virtual reality world. Now, Raw Data was super fun and successful, but they didn't stick with the shooting mechanics for their second game. So that follow-up was Sprint Vector, which we're looking at right now too, which is an insane racing game where you use the controllers to propel yourself down tracks. You run and glide with your arms, race against opponents, use power-ups. It's a little bit like Mario Kart if Mario Kart made you all sweaty and was in VR.
Right.
Yes.
And not just like sweaty hands, like all of you.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's a workout. So shooting with Raw Data, running and racing with Sprint Vector, and then what comes next?
Well, I'm super excited about the Creed boxing game.
Oh my god, did you play it at E3?
So just like nothing makes me like you feel amazing in VR, but like it felt so weak. Like I have no punch. Like
so weak. Yeah, you would
so
have
bad.
to train so hard.
Like I love the game actually makes you train.
Yeah, it's like the old arcade boxing machines where you just like your arms are jelly by the end. You know how it is.
But I think that what you're pointing towards and what you got to go hands on is something else in addition to Creed.
Yes.
In addition to that.
So Survios is working on a game called Electronauts, and it's not exactly a game in the traditional sense. It's more of a music creation experience and allows you to create incredible remixes of great songs. Well, I mean, they're your great songs in VR. So while moving through a highly stylized world, it's really hard to describe exactly, but I was able to head to their lovely studios in Culver City just a few days ago, and so I can show it to you. Let's check that out. Hey guys, Trisha Hirschberger here. I am outside Survios Studios where I'm about to head in, chat with some of the big wigs and some of the people involved with their brand new game Electronauts, which is coming out August 7th, and get some hands-on time myself. Let's do this.
Convention I want you to see. It looks something like this.
We started with what would work for the format of Electronauts, because this is kind of a new interactive format for music. And so a lot of the stuff that works fits on a grid. And so if you know music, you'll kind of know what that means. But a lot of the music that really works out of the gate is electronic music, hence Electronauts.
Yeah, so how did you approach visualizing the musical creation experience?
The whole idea of moving forward and progressing as the song's progressing was a huge design kind of point we wanted to do, to make you feel like you're always going. When you change a song, you fly through the visual tunnel, the kind of like hyperspace tunnel. You go to a new song. I think on a technical level, the biggest thing we did there was in the actual game itself, you have full control of all the stems and all the different parts of the song. You can go and isolate a kick drum, you can isolate the snare, all the different parts of the music, right? And so we wanted that to kind of parlay nicely into how the visual experience is. So what we do under the hood is for every single kick drum or every single snare, every part of the music, our visual designers, they have full control of hooking up different elements to those parts.
So talk to me a little bit about that music reality engine and what you guys are doing different in Electronauts.
Yeah, so what kind of goes back to our hardware roots. Back in 2015, we actually had developed hardware. We had built our own head-mounted display, kind of multiple versions of head-mounted displays, controllers, all sorts of things. And so we learned how virtual reality systems work inside and out, including on the software side of things. And we basically had our former electrical engineer was building the kind of core of the music reality engine. And basically what it does is it essentially just fools you into thinking you're an incredible musician, using kind of the same latency tricks that a head-mounted display normally would. So you basically play instruments, and they kind of are slightly delayed, a delay that you don't really notice, but that delay allows it to be in time. So you don't need to be a great drummer. You don't have to have great tempo. You can just hit something, and it sounds incredibly good. And it's also in key, so that allows you. It's a magic trick, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that looks crazy awesome. But even with their description, because I mean, in getting to watch the interview that you had with them, I still feel like this still requires more explanation
Okay.
on
Yeah.
what that's like, especially from you having worn the headset and interacted with these elements. Like
It's
you're
so
you're,
cool.
you're like grabbing like those spheres and things, and you just are like, your sound grenades.
You're
and
right.
you're like,
They're your audio grenades.
all right,
Like you do.
cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So there's different visual environments for each of the different songs that they have in their library currently, which they had a bunch actually that they're going to launch with. Some of them, I would say the libraries, at least that I saw, was probably more skewed towards electronic music.
Yeah.
But I tried out a hip hop song as well, and a kind of like chill, laid back vibe as well. You can change songs, and when you do, you warp from one experience to the other. And so it's not like a Guitar Hero or a Beat Saber in that the level ends or the song ends.
Right.
You just keep going in one experience for as long as you want until you want to change
Right.
experiences is a better way to say it. So yeah, it's not really a game. There aren't scores, there aren't objectives, you can't lose. It's much less physical movement than like a raw data or a sprint vector. You can move as little or as much as you want. You can switch instruments, you can remix, you can loop. It's really like being the coolest DJ. And I can't even say in the world because it doesn't feel like it's on our world, like in the universe. You're the coolest DJ in the galaxy. So yeah, you're remixing, you're looping, you're throwing these sound grenades that when they explode, a one-time sound goes off. And the nice part is it's all synced to the beat for you.
Yeah.
So I like to describe myself as musically challenged. I do not get the rhythm. I'm always that one person like clapping on the offbeat, real bad. But I felt super badass in this game.
Right.
Like the way that they kind of play with the delay, and then if there is a little bit of a delay, it's justified with the visuals, so it
Right.
doesn't feel like there's a delay, but it makes you always on beat, it makes you always in key, and it's just very, very smart from the back end, in my opinion. You can play with two players, both playing along with the same song, and yeah, you kind of you feel like Daft Punk.
I was gonna say, like, even from their like their promo art for it, I could totally see two people in headsets like jamming out to stuff,
Yeah.
and that'd be like the best Daft Punk simulator that you could set up.
Yeah.
So when like what was your sense of that? Do you think that this is one of those things? Because we've talked about like Beat Saber being like the gateway drug. I was sharing it
Okay.
with like aunts, uncles, and grandparents. Like,
Yeah.
here, play some Beat Saber, and like people were really getting into it that I wouldn't have expected were into video games. Do you think this could be that like little corner of a house party where you could like trade the headset, like, all right, now you take over and handle the mix for a while if you
Yeah,
want
I
music on at a
definitely
party?
think that can be set up and probably will be set up either at house parties or large venues even where people can take turns running the music for everyone and DJing through Electronauts. And depending how musically inclined your friends are, that maybe that would be a gateway into VR for them. But overall, I mean, the experience was awesome, and the folks at Survios were so nice and so awesome. So thank you again for having us. It was really cool. If you guys want to learn more about Electronauts and Survios, we'll be releasing the full interview videos on the Newegg YouTube channel in the coming days, so make sure that you stay tuned.
Yeah, and if you need to get VR ready, make sure you check out the special prices on graphics cards, full VR ready systems on Newegg.com/Newegg Now. Get set up and be ready when Electronauts comes out.
All right, so
I'm on
Juan,
board.
I am so excited. I've been holding it together this entire show because coming up next, we're going to be playing some Overcooked 2. It's not even out yet. We're going to get to play it. So let's check out that trailer right now.
I heard your voice, such a melody for two. I saw your hair blow softly, and I knew if I could kiss your ruby lips, my dream would come.
Cooked 2! It's coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on August 7th from the developers at Ghost Town Games and publisher Team 17. And we have an early PS4 code that we get to play and stream for you today. And I'm so excited. Juan, I know you loved the first Overcooked as well.
Yeah, so it was great because like we started playing it on last Thanksgiving, and so we had 2 gaming laptops running where like like the more hardcore gamers were all playing Cuphead.
So you play this with your family at Thanksgiving.
Well, what's hilarious is we set up Overcooked like, oh, this will be the fun game for people who don't want to get all frustrated by Cuphead, and there was just as much like swearing and frustration, and then even more because it's like, oh, you didn't know you.
I told you to jump the lettuce! Yeah, so
So good.
this is
So
kind
good.
of takes the heat of the kitchen, if you've ever worked in a restaurant, and puts it in a video game, but with cute cartoony graphics.
Super adorable.
In a lovely little world, and it's amazing. So the big changes are that Overcooked 2 adds in new chefs, recipes, and kitchens. So you saw some of those in the trailer. You can also throw food now, which
Just
can
like you
make things
can
go
in a
faster.
real kitchen.
Yes, but it can also be risky, just like in a
In a
real
real kitchen.
And maybe the most exciting addition of all, online multiplayer. That's such a big deal for this game because though Overcooked might shine brightest in couch co-op where you're yelling at your friends that are right there next to you in person, that isn't always possible, and the ability to have friends join in on the cooking madness at a distance is huge for this game.
Good times.
And I like that you can marry the two. So like you and I could be playing here at the studio, and we could be playing
bring in
with
someone else,
2 people or 1 or 2 people that are completely somewhere else.
Like that's our big ask for a future episode, Newegg Ninja Nick, is we should bring in someone from the chat.
Yeah, we would love to play with some of you guys
we
live
can pull
on
something
either
like that
this
off.
show, or maybe we can get together
Oh,
with the
do the-
Newegg Plays folks and do
the
it
Twitch
over on
team.
the Twitch channel at some point.
Actually, that's probably more appropriate.
Yeah, we'll see, but we would love to make that
Okay.
happen. So now we get to play some Overcooked 2.
So we're gonna do this. Let's give it a try.
Yes! Okay,
Okay.
we gotta turn
I'm gonna
around.
Come over here now.
Yep.
Do I have? I think you. Oh, do I have the wheel?
Do you? I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Did you?
You're driving us. I didn't touch anything.
Okay. Player 2, press X.
Oh, maybe my controller turned off. I
think,
probably
yeah,
need
just
to
watch
just
user
go in as user 1.
A lot of. There we
Okay,
go.
there we go,
Okay,
I'm
cool.
in.
So what is? So you've probably spent more time on this than should we just do the arcade, or do you want to do the story?
Well, we could just do new game and start playing, or just art. Let's just jump into the gameplay, maybe arcade couch, and see where that lands us.
Perfect. Did that? Oh, I guess not.
So we're loading. It might let us choose
Well,
a chef here.
I'm the adorable little mouse. As
Let's
much as
see.
I am in real life.
Oh, nope.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
So it looks like we've got to make, what is that, falafel? Are those gyros? Oh no, mushroom.
Do you have?
Oh man, we super don't
I'm
know what we're
already
doing.
failing.
I might, oh, okay, some kind of burrito. What do you got over there? We need to cook some rice. Is that rice?
Yeah, I think I've got the
Pop it in a
rice.
pot.
Let's put it in.
Put it over here. Send it to me through this thing. Oh man, we are, that, okay.
And then
Rice?
mushrooms.
In a pot.
Okay, so I've got.
Oh, we might need to start from the beginning just so we can go through the tutorial because we are at a severe disadvantage.
Okay.
So I've got some
Where's-
rice.
No! Okay, I didn't.
I should have brought the
wasn't
plate over
putting
to
in
it. We need
attention.
chopped mushrooms, I believe.
I had mushrooms, but then the thing moved. I can't get a. Okay, hold on.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, let me. So I'll chop some stuff while we're waiting. This is a disaster.
Yeah, we're. Oh, you've got. Okay. Here, I'm gonna. No, put it on the plate. Put it on the plate.
You don't need to.
No!
No, you need to chop it before you can put it on the plate.
I need to chop it on the.
Chop it on the cutting board.
Oh, okay. I thought I could chop it on the.
All right. Well,
thing.
I'm just gonna make a chicken one of these, and so this
No.
is steak. Damn it. Oh, and I just fell off the edge because I was looking at things. All right.
There's the.
Hold on. The beautiful thing about this is you can just cancel and start over, which I think we really need to do.
We should do that. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and back out of this. Let me see how we.
right.
Nope. Sorry, guys. I'm a PC gamer. I don't know these PlayStation controls. How the hell do I back out of this?
Here, let me.
I paused. Nope.
Nope.
Not it. I mean, should we just finish this madness and
Yeah,
just
I think
completely
we're
die
gonna-
in
I
this
think we're
episode
gonna-
and then?
No, why is that not? Oh, you son of a.
Okay, the only one I can ever cook is beef, and we don't have a beef order for like ever. Oh, are we on fire? That looks like we're on fire. Where is the fire hydrant? in
Oh,
this?
I've got it. Nope, I don't need that. There we go. What's on fire?
Can you thing down by me? Oh, nope. Oh.
No, don't
Okay.
put it down. Don't. Oh no.
Okay, there was meat chopped
Pick it up.
before.
Pick it
Oh, there's.
up.
Okay, I am putting this just down on the floor over here.
You freaking.
I'll cook more rice because I know we need it. This is so bad. This is such a poor demonstration of how to play this game.
And I just fell down the thing again because I read the.
No, so there is no cutting board by a chicken? That's some bullshit. Sorry. I'm supposed to
I'm
watch my
putting out
language. Oh,
fires.
I'm burning rice.
Can I-
Put that
No!
freaking down. No! This is horrible.
Yeah, this is.
I
really
hate everything
hard.
about not being able to restart the level. How do I restart the level? Someone who knows a PlayStation, how do I restart the level? Damn it, thank
Let's
you.
try that. Do we want to restart or do we want to? Here. Here. Well, let's restart. Let's actually
Let's
stick with this
restart
level.
the
Okay, we're
level.
gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're totally gonna do this. We're gonna do the thing. We're gonna win the day. All right. First one was. but
Okay.
I can't seem to
It
get
doesn't
to
even
a
matter.
cutting
I
board.
know we need rice. You've got some rice.
Okay,
Toss
rice.
me some rice over on this conveyor belt.
Get the rice. There we go.
And then we need.
What the?
Where'd the rice go?
Where'd it go?
I don't know. Oh, you burnt it. Can you put it on this conveyor belt, please?
Try and.
I believe in you. Oh, that thing just throws fire around. All right, so we're on like a super advanced level, PS guys.
You have pots over here.
Yeah. See these conveyor belts? You can just throw food across them instead of actually coming over.
Yeah, but every time I try to set it down, it just like.
It
wigs
won't
out.
do it?
Yeah. Here, let me try.
Piece and a half.
And where was the mushroom? Oh no, do I have chicken? No.
Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Get off. Damn it.
Oh, I can run across really easily. Great.
Great. That's good to know. There is fire all over my side of the kitchen.
I'm just gonna. No! Son of a.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we go to story and just skip the cutscenes so that we can start from the beginning of the game instead of this super advanced level where the kitchen's trying to
Do
murder us
you want me
with
to?
fire.
Do you want me to bounce out?
Yeah.
Let's bounce out. Okay. Sorry, that was a great. We bit off more than we could chew.
The Newegg Ninja team sets this up for us, and I have a feeling that they did that on purpose.
Here, let's cancel that. Oh wait, no, go back. We don't know which ones are. No, I did
we
the
pick
thing.
the same thing again?
Oh, okay, hold on. Sorry, this is silliness.
Yeah, let's back on out of this. Apparently there's easier levels. Maybe if we go into arcade but we pick sushi. I have played the sushi level before at Comic-Con, and it was not make me want to kill myself difficult. Not.
Oh, so Sushi City?
Yeah, let's try Sushi City
Okay, let's try
and
that.
see if that's any better. So normally you work up to these things where you learn to make new things. You might have a level where the newest thing you have to deal with is that fire spewing thing, but not all those things new at the same time. That's a little OP. Okay, it looks like there's pickles here. They're cucumbers, duh, we're in a sushi house. Okay, so I'm gonna bring these things over here. You've got the chopping blocks, so I am going to give you cucumbers. And once you chop things, why don't you bring them over to me? It looks like I need to make the rice. Where the hell's the rice? Oh, I see. Nope, I don't want that. I'm gonna give that to you. I want this, please.
Pick it up.
And I'm gonna dash. Oh, I don't want to throw it. That's how I throw. Okay, how do I dash? Pick it up.
Oh,
pick it up.
I got it in the corner and
pick
now I
it
can't
up.
pick it up.
Okay, I'm gonna go back and get some rice. Nope. Nope. That shrimp off there. My rice is gonna burn. Dashin', excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Dashin', make a rice. Okay, that rice will plate. Beautiful. Okay. What else do we have chopped up? Do you have any chopped up? Oh, just that on a plate? That can go out. Damn it, shrimp! Shrimp, get off the floor! Shrimp off the floor! That can just go on a damn plate. Oh, no, my rice is burning. Okay, we need strategy. Our
Okay.
strategy is no good.
So I had some cucumber. Do you have rice?
Oh, yeah, I do have some rice.
But I
My
need a-
kitchen's
I
also
need a
on fire,
plate.
so.
Where's the fire extinguisher? Do you have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me wash this plate. Do we only have one plate?
No, you have one on your side with a shrimp that just needs to be run, I believe.
Oh.
Just run it. I bet this rice is gonna taste real nice now that I fire extinguished all over it. I don't care.
I think we're losing.
Serving it anyway. We're definitely losing. All right, so I'm gonna put that down. So that's cucumber and rice. And it just needs seaweed.
Got
It's
it.
not wrapped up. Here's seaweed. I
Oh,
got
you
it.
got it?
Throwing it on there. Oh, we actually got a plate of sushi ready to go.
Do
It's
it.
a miracle. Send it out. We even got a $3 tip. Okay, more. I'm cooking
where's
rice.
another
I'm cooking rice.
plate?
The rice is cooking and
Stealing
I'm
his
cooking
plate just
rice.
to do another
Cool.
shrimp.
I'm gonna wash some plates over here.
Do it.
How
No,
do I-
get on the
what,
plate.
Serving what? No. Oh, I guess I can say things in chat. That's cool now. I can't figure out how to wash the plates because all the buttons are different. Please let me just-
Isn't it square?
There you go.
So,
We have 23 seconds and I believe we only put out one order.
well, we've gotten a bunch of the individual shrimps.
Oh, have we? Okay, good.
Yeah. That's
like, we
not the
stink
most
real hard.
not the most impressive.
Okay, better communication, Juan. That's what we need. We need to be more on the verbal planning.
But, okay, so can you do you have rice?
Yeah, dude.
Alright.
I got some rice for you.
Oh,
This was horrible. We didn't even get 1 star, I bet.
1 star!
Oh, 1 star! All right, let's try it again. I believe we can hit 160. Do you?
I think we can.
We failed 2
I
orders
believe.
and lost 60 points. All right, we're getting there. Got to get in our overcooked groove. Oh, was that for us?
Okay.
They said one last one, and I was like,
We're
oh, they
already
can't be
doing
talking to
so-
us because
so
we're
badly.
just starting to get in the groove of this. Okay.
Oh, this one's different.
Okay. Different level. This is 1-4. So this would be the 4th level in the actual game. Okay. So,
Let me see.
okay. I have no ingredients on my side. So if you could just toss ingredients over to me on that conveyor belt, like you could just throw them on the ground. I feel like, so seaweed I actually don't need. I need rice.
Okay.
All the rice you can throw me would be stellar. You just throw it on that conveyor belt.
It won't let me just
So I
drop it on the
believe
conveyor.
is square. There you go. Great job.
it.
You got it.
As
You
soon
got
as
it. I
I'm-
believe in you.
I'm
So
pointing
it's
at the thing.
It's a different. Here, let me see what throw is.
All right, this is already pick it up.
Throw is a different button than place.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well, I was just
no,
trying to
no,
place it.
no, fire! Damn it! Oh, that sucked real hard. The fire extinguisher is in the middle. Give me that. Nope. Give me this. No, my whole side is
This
burning.
is terrible. All right, I'm gonna
Really horrible.
get this.
I hope everyone in chat is
This.
enjoying how awful Juan and I are at this
This.
game together.
I'm gonna get this.
Because it's real bad.
I'm gonna chop it. All right. You got,
Okay, I
got
said.
some rice?
This is burnt. Need to throw it out. No, all my rice is burnt. Everything's
Oh,
burnt, and the trash can's
no.
over here.
Oh no.
I've got a lot of raw rice. Got a lot of crunchy rice, but not the nice kind in a sushi restaurant.
I've got 2 going for you.
I like how you're like, I'm just cooking the rice, Trish. Get out of the way. Oh wait, this looks done.
I know
Or
it
it
needs
needs
rice. Yeah.
Okay, bring it over here for me. Get it! I got some rice.
I'm gonna chop
Where
up
does it
some
get
cucumber.
delivered? Where's our damn? Oh, right here. Okay. Oh shit.
This.
Sorry, language.
No! Dang it.
Okay. Got it.
It's on,
Don't.
it's on the floor, but
I
it's
keep,
probably still good.
Okay,
probably still
everything
good.
that's square, I keep thinking is triangle.
No, stop picking that up. Get rid of it. Sorry, that was me. That was
Future
me.
episodes of Overcooked 2, Trisha is going to remap buttons before we go live. Holy moly.
I just want to get one more on the
Put
plate.
that dumb thing down.
Cucumber.
Put that down, please.
Seaweed.
Put that in the pot.
No.
Throw this out because it's stupid.
Oh, is it dead?
This is dead.
Oh, okay,
This
hold
is,
on.
That one should be ready soon. Although your rodent is super cute,
Thanks.
I will say, for the record.
I like mouse in the kitchen. We got one.
Okay, cooking some more rice.
What do we need? Fish
Fish.
on it.
I will bring the rice to the plate when it's done. So just bring everything to the plate if you can.
Okay, plate's in the middle.
Yep.
Go.
The seaweed is the last part
I'll
we need.
get
Oh,
some-
damn it, they went on different plates. No! There we go. Okay, apparently we're
Are
gonna
we gonna
play
play
this
it
next
next week
week
too?
as well. Okay, we got 3 seconds left. No, I got it right. I just need to.
Oh!
Ah!
Dang it. Orders delivered too. All right, yeah, I think we're good.
I'm
we're gonna
horrifically ashamed. We made 8 whole points.
we're gonna
8 whole points that time.
we're gonna do better. I think we should do better.
Ooh, okay. So that was Juan and I doing a horrible job at Overcooked 2. Remember that it's coming to all the major platforms on August
August
7th. Pre-orders for all platforms are live on Newegg right now. And as you can see, it's a frustratingly good time.
It is. I mean, even for that massive failure that you just watched, it's already taking me back. It's like we just needed 2 rounds to warm up because I feel like we were starting to talk to each other.
We were starting
at the
to
end of
talk to
that.
each other, which is the key. You need to come
Yeah.
up with a good strategy and then restart the level so you're using that strategy
Usually the
from
same
the
thing,
beginning.
yeah. So,
And I'm the
so
person
close.
that needs 3 stars on every level to move on. Yeah, it's a real problem.
I'm good with 1 star. Like I've made it through next level. So remember that we have a ton of great game streaming gear,
Yes.
PC hardware, special prices on Newegg, Newegg.com/Newegg Now, Blue microphones, the Elgato Stream Deck, which is right over here, aVerMedia capture devices, graphics cards, monitors. It's all on that Newegg Now page. All the things.
Last but not least, we have a special deal on the Eureka X1S gaming desk. So let's show that footage of this desk that we have so that people can see what we're talking about. There it is. And the Z1S is a compact desk designed specifically with gaming in mind. Yeah.
So the Z1S, its surface is about 44 inches by 24 inches. It's made of carbon fiber, built-in cable management, built-in headset rest, and even a built-in cup holder because you're going to be doing the gaming for reals. And maybe best of all, LEDs. the desk itself, lighting itself up.
Light in a desk. It's what we've always dreamed of.
What we've always wanted. So with
Right?
the promo code you'll find on Newegg.com/Newegg Now, you can get the Eureka X1S gaming desk for just $149. Not bad. And remember that all the deals you'll find on that page are live through the end of the day today or while supplies last. We're going to be signing off.
Yes.
Turn around and keep playing some more Overcooked too.
Yep.
But keep that page open and keep shopping because it's really hard to beat the prices you'll find on that page right now.
Thanks to everyone out there for watching. Thank you so very much to Survios for letting me go to their offices
pretty
to
rad.
try out Electronauts. Please keep your eyes on our Newegg YouTube channel for the full interviews with the Survios folks for more great insights into VR development and what they've been working on.
Yeah. So join us back here next week when Razer will be in the house to talk about gaming laptops and their brand new Huntsman gaming keyboard. And again, it just is always every week a major shout out. I know we got the stream off to kind of a rocky start, but the Newegg Ninjas here, an amazing team, an amazing
you
group of
to the
individuals.
team.
Just putting together a fun show week after week and making us look good while we crash and burn at some of your favorite games. It's they're doing a great job.
We've
We
had
wanna
no
thank them.
practice. It comes out August 7th. Guys, this has been Newegg Now, and now you know. Bye.
Bam.
Yeah.